Hi everyone. Well, I'm just headed out with my coffee this morning. It's actually a really cool, cloudy, foggy day. So I'm really looking forward to just kind of wandering throughout the garden with my coffee. And I'm gonna pick some peppers and then give some of my pepper plants a little boost. So Max coming right after me. He's gonna join me today. Let's head on down and let's take a look at the peppers. Nothing like that first sip of coffee. Well, the weather is finally cooling off here in Southern California, and it's really helping the garden come along. It was in the 90s for about a month or so, so things seem to be really picking up. I planted these peppers here in the veggie pod. It was a second or third round of peppers, I guess, and they're just starting to get flowers and have some peppers start to develop on them. There's a little purple pepper down there if you can see that. But let's head over to the main pepper planter. I am really excited to harvest today because I know there's some of my very favorite California Wonders that are ready. And we've actually been out of town, so I'm afraid some of them might be a little bit overripe. But it'll be good to check it out and then give them a boost so they hopefully grow me another crop of peppers. Well, I do get a lot of questions about when to harvest your peppers. Do they need to be a certain size? Do they need to be a certain color? And really, as far as the size goes, you can really harvest them at any time. I always like to say, experiment in the garden. Try harvesting them small, try harvesting them larger, and then see what flavor you like the best. However, what I like to do is really wait until they're the color of the variety that I'm growing. For example, these are California Wonders. They're supposed to be red. So I do like to wait until they turn red, and that way they get the best flavor. So to harvest a pepper, super easy. These are so pretty. I'm so excited to harvest these. You're just gonna gently hold the pepper in one hand and take a pair of scissors and just snip them off of the plant. I got a little leaf there, but that's okay. These are absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot wait to cook these up for dinner. And there's a couple more on here too. So we'll grab those, and then we'll move on to the next one, which I think is a Cubanelle. Oh, there we go. These are so pretty. How much fun to come out in the garden and harvest from the garden grocery store. Just picking dinner here, guys. That's all I'm doing. And I'm also gonna grab some chives. If you guys haven't grown chives, they are such an easy perennial herb to grow. They grow like crazy here in the winter and in the summer. They're very hardy herbs, and all you have to do is give them a quick little snip, a quick little haircut, and I can add these to my peppers. I'll probably roast them in the oven or on the grill tonight. So let's check out the Cubanelles. So moving on down the pepper line here, on this California Wonder pepper I just picked, there's actually several more green ones there that should be ripening up. Another California Wonder plant, and I'm pretty sure these are the Cubanelles. So these are all from my pepper seed collection, and you can see the Cubanelles here at the top are still green. Typically Cubanelles are supposed to be yellow, but I do see some at the bottom that are red. So it could just be they got a little overripe. See those red ones back there? So peppers will typically kind of tend to evolve as far as color goes. So let's grab this red one here. Oh, this one is really pretty. Cubanelles are a sweet pepper. They're nice and elongated, and this one is in perfect condition. But I think there's a few down at the bottom that are a little overripe. Now, because it has been so hot here and I don't shade my pepper planter, the peppers do tend to get sun scald like these ones here have. So you can see here, it is a little bit overripe. It's kind of wrinkled here at the top, and see how the top is kind of this lighter color and a little bit thinner. That's called sun scald. Now you don't really need to worry about that. The peppers are still okay to eat, so I'll just cut off the top and the bottom part looks perfectly fine. Now moving right along here, these purple beauty peppers are so pretty, so ornamental, and absolutely tasty. These ones are a little bit on the small side, and you can see here how the color variation goes on these. They start out green, they change into purple. So this one's not quite ready. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one on, but take this one. And isn't it interesting how this one is growing upside down and the other ones are growing right side up? I don't know if there's an upside down or a right side up to peppers, but if there is, that's how these are growing. So it's always fun to see the variety and just all the differences in the plants. Such a miracle. I really never get over the wonder and the magic of gardening. So we'll take a couple of these purple peppers. The ones growing in the back here are a lot larger and just so, so beautiful. Look at that color. Just incredible. Well, one thing I've particularly been enjoying about my coffee walks lately is just looking at all the beautiful color around me. There's just something so therapeutic about bright colors, don't you think? And some of my favorite flowers of the season have been these red profusion and white profusion zinnias. I'm telling you guys, these have really held up to the Southern California heat. So if you're looking for a flower to grow next spring, these are All America Selections winners. You can find them on their website. I'll put the link in the video description. And they are just amazing flowers and really hold up until frost. So here we've got some more California Wonders, and I believe these are some Cubanelles. We're gonna go ahead and harvest these. And then we're going to talk a little bit about here what's going on with my peppers, some spots and some curling leaves here. You can tell we've got some more sun scald right here. Well, I got a nice little harvest today, so I am really excited about that. And Mac, you better leave those peppers alone. Just kidding, he's not a vegetable eater anyway. Well, some of my plants are doing really, really well. I've got some new growth here. And some of them have some curled leaves, which is a pretty normal response to the heat. But a lot of them have these brown spots on them, kind of yellowing to the leaves. And that's usually a sign of some type of disease. So what I'm gonna do is just go through and pinch off some of the leaves that aren't looking so good. See, they even have, it looks like a little bit of powdery mildew on the back. And then we're gonna give them a nice little boost with some compost, some worm castings, some worm tea, and some of the Good Dirt plant food, just to give them a nice little boost, get them growing again, and keep them nice and healthy. So let me go through and do some pruning, and then we'll come back and do the boost. So I am gonna trim off a lot of these leaves here, but peppers can also be overwintered, especially if you live in a warm winter climate. And I don't have any pepper plants that are ready to prune back for overwintering yet. But if you did, your pepper plants would be kind of done with their production. You could see that there's not any more flowers, not any more blooms. Maybe the leaves are looking a little bit raggle-taggle. And you can tell your pepper is just not gonna be producing much more this season. So what you would do is take your pepper plant and prune it at the bottom. Here where this main branch kind of wides out, you could prune off some of these big, large branches, and then mulch it heavily around the base of your plant with some shredded leaves, and then let it grow until springtime. Let it sit in the garden bed until springtime. When the weather warms up, you can give it a nice little dose of the compost and some liquid fertilizer, and more than likely your pepper plant will start producing again, pop out new leaves, and then push out some peppers. If you live in a cold winter climate, a lot of times what you can do is dig up your pepper plants, put them in a container, either bring them indoors or place them up against a garage or a shelter location, and then overwinter them. They don't always make it through the winter, but sometimes they will. So it's always fun to experiment and try something new. So let's get this pepper planter cleaned up a little bit. Now the cool thing is, even though I am seeing a lot of diseased leaves, I'm also seeing some brand new growth. You can see right up here at the top of this particular branch here, there's some brand new leaves that are starting to pop out. So that gives me hope that these pepper plants are far from finished. Now we don't usually get a frost here until December, so although the production will definitely slow down because the nights will dip into the 40s here, I should be able to get another crop out of these plants. Now I'm going to add my usual little boost here that I love to do to my plants when they just need a little bit of oomph to keep going. I've got some of my own homegrown compost here. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle a little bit around the base of the plant. And compost, if you're looking for a free fertilizer, definitely make your own compost. Gardeners like to call it black gold, and it really just feeds your soil like crazy. Now another really great soil amendment I like to use is the Vermistera worm castings. A lot of you guys use these as well. And they just add a lot of really good microbial activity to the soil and really just help you keep your plants healthy. So I'm going to scratch some in the bottom there. And then I am also going to add a little liquid boost of fertilizer. And my favorites are, kind of my go-tos, are the Good Dirt plant food. This has some really good nitrogen in it. I think it's a 10 in the nitrogen department there, which will really help bring some nice new leafy growth back to my plants. And then the Vermistera worm tea, which again, it adds the good beneficial bacteria and microbes. And this is actually can be taken up by the plant immediately because it's a liquid fertilizer. The compost and the worm castings are good because they feed the plant over a longer period of time. And then the liquid fertilizers give them a boost right away. So if you want to get your plants pumping again after a harvest or after you have pruned it like I have today, definitely use this combination. It has worked really, really well for me. And I'll pop links in the video description on where you can get all of these with a discount as well. Except for compost, you'll have to make yourself. I'm also going to water the, wet the leaves here. It's called a foliar feeding. And the plants really take nutrients up quickly through the leaves. So this should really help get these peppers moving and keep them healthy until they really start to slow down because of the cold weather. Well, what an absolutely joy to be out in the garden with you guys this morning, having a cup of coffee, harvesting some beautiful peppers, pruning them up, and then giving them a nice little boost so we get a harvest before the cold weather hits. Well, I'd love to hear from you. Are you still harvesting peppers in your garden? Are you getting ready for the cold weather and maybe pulling yours out or overwintering them? Please comment below. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video. What do you think, Mac? Good job. Thanks for being out here with me this morning, Mac. Oh, what a good boy. You like that, don't you? Good boy, Mac.